There are two Tigerstars and warrior cats. The first one was a warrior named Tigerclaw. He lived in ThunderClan and began to grow ambitions of becoming leader from a young age. He ended up killing cats to try and become leader and eventually was exiled over it, only to become leader of ShadowClan instead. He tried to get outside help to claim ThunderClan for himself, only to be killed by the same cat he hurt on his journey to become leader. The second one is a warrior once named Tigerheart. He is the grandson of the first Tigerstar. He trained in the Dark Forest in order to become a stronger warrior. He also had a half-clan relationship with the ThunderClan warrior Dovewing. Eventually, StarClan chose him to become leader of ShadowClan, and since then he has been its leader. Despite the two of them being very different cats, the two Tigerstars are often confused for each other because, they share the same name and they're both ambitious brown tabby cats with amber eyes. But is there more than just their names that they share? Is Tigerheart slowly becoming like its grandfather, Tigerclaw? Watch on to find out. Before we get started, if you are new to this channel, please think about subscribing. I regularly post both Warrior Cats and Wings of Fire content, so you'll never be bored. And to my current subscribers, thank you so much for supporting me. I wouldn't have gotten here without y'all. Let's start with the backstory of the first Tigerclaw so we can see what he was like and also his personality. Tigerclaw was born Tiger Kit in ThunderClan to Pinestar and Leopardfoot. He had two littermates, Night Kit and Miss Kit, who unfortunately died soon after birth. Also, his father, Pinestar, was the son of a leader, Oakstar. It seemed like he would have the perfect life, besides for his dead siblings. Shortly after his birth, Goosefeather started acting strangely around Tiger Kit, as he could feel the darkness within him. The spirits of StarClan started to visit Pinestar and told him to kill Tiger Kit, his son. Pinestar refused. However, he soon became afraid of his son, wondering just why StarClan had decided to contact him, and slowly feeling more and more darkness inside of him. Tiger Kit wasn't even 2 moons old yet, and he had two incredibly powerful cats inside the clan, afraid of him. Pinestar had always liked exploring two-like place, but now he began to seek solace there more and more. He was discovered by Lionpaw. Soon after, Pinestar decided to leave the clan. His last action as leader was to make Lionpaw's warrior name Lionheart. Then he left, and Tiger Kit never saw him again. Tiger Kit was abandoned by his father for the soft life of a kitty pet, and left in the clan. He was angry and lost. He found a foster father in Thistleclaw, who took advantage of Tiger Kit's anger towards his father for leaving him and his mother. Thistleclaw set Tigerpaw up as a rival to his own son, Whitepaw, constantly using Tigerpaw to make Whitepaw feel weak. He also complimented Tigerpaw and taught him advanced warrior moves. His special treatment made Tigerpaw develop a superiority complex. He also helped to nurture his feelings of xenophobia, particularly his hatred for kitty pets. On one occasion, on a patrol, they found a small kitty pet roaming beyond the two-like place. Thistleclaw instructed Tigerpaw to attack and then kill the trespasser. He would have gladly done so, if not for the presence of Bluefur, who advocated against it and said that it was against the code to do so. Tigerpaw became obsessed with fighting RiverClan over the Sunning Rocks. Tigerpaw became a warrior fast, and he was soon given the name Tigerclaw because of his love of fighting and also because his mentor was called Thistleclaw. Shortly after he became a warrior, he saved Redtail, then Redpaw, from a hawk. For this, he claimed the young cat owed him his life, showing just how manipulative he could be towards other cats. Because of that, Redtail later did not feel as though he could speak against Tigerclaw, including a situation where Tigerclaw almost killed an apprentice for ruining his hunt. Tigerclaw was given Ravenpaw as his apprentice, not because he was a good mentor, but because Tigerclaw had a lot of confidence while Ravenpaw had little. Bluestar hoped that he would help inspire the young apprentice, but that did not happen. Tigerclaw instead put Ravenpaw down, and he only became more anxious. His violent tendencies towards other clans spilled over to violent behavior in his own life when he took the life of Redtail and lied about it to the clan. Tigerclaw aimed to become deputy so that he could one day become leader of the clan. However, he wasn't made deputy and Lionheart was instead. Firepaw, a kitty pet, also joined the clan. From moment one, Tigerclaw hated him. He was a kitty pet, what his father was. He refused to believe that a kitty pet could become a warrior. Tigerclaw joined a patrol to seek the aid of StarClan. They were attacked by rats, and he accused Barley of sicking those rats on them, showing just how much he loved to pick fights and how much he hated outsiders. Tigerclaw also accused Ravenpaw of malicious actions against the clan, because he is suspected his apprentice knew the truth about Redtail. This also made him appear like a trusted figure to Bluestar, as he was pointing out cats who may harm her. When Kits went missing, Tigerclaw was quick to blame Ravenpaw once more. If other cats followed his lead, that would mean one less loose end for him to clean up. Ravenpaw decided to escape the clan and Tigerclaw by faking his death with help from Firepaw and Greypaw. Lionheart died in battle and Tigerclaw took over. He immediately started trying to kill Bluestar, all the while remaining on her good side. People like to characterize Tigerclaw as a brute, who used only raw force to get what he wanted, but he was actually quite smart and manipulative. Even though Bluestar knew that he had violence within him, she was blind to how much he really had, and perhaps even thought that he had changed a bit. He first tried to kill her by making a trap on the Thunderpath. However, instead, he managed to ensnare Cinderpaw and her leg was permanently injured. Then he tried to kill Tigerheart, as he suspected the warrior knew of his actions. However, it was foiled once more, and he decided to try an even larger plot, enlisting rogues to attack the camp. At first, he made it look like he was defending against the rogues. However, when no cat seemed to be looking, he slipped into Bluestar's den and tried to kill her. Fireheart drove him away, and he was exiled from ThunderClan, but he didn't stop there. Then Tigerclaw's fury happened. It's a whole deal reserved for another video, but the long and short of it is that Tigerclaw became Tigerstar, leader of ShadowClan. He still looked out for his kits in ThunderClan, even meeting them at the border as he tried to kill their clan off. Tigerstar eventually merged his clan with the River Clan, making the clan TigerClan. TigerClan was named after him and also the ancient legend of TigerClan, a clan made out of tigers. There, he began killing off cats who did not fit into his clan, like half-clan cats. The two other clans joined together under the banner of Lion Clan. Tigerstar, under the advice of Boulder, visited the two-leg place and found Scourge and the Cats of Blood Clan there. He intended to use them against the clans, but his plan backfired. Scourge was the kid that Tigerstar tried to kill all those years ago, and he was out for revenge. Instead of them killing Lion Clan, Scourge killed him and tried to take over the force for himself. Tigerstar in the end was not bested in a noble fight, but by his own violence coming back to bite him in the tail, just like his mentor Thistleclaw, who died in battle as well. Even dead, he continued to walk in the dark forest and influence cats and events in the living world. He took many of his kin under his wing, such as Hawkfrost, Lionblaze, Brambleclaw, and even Tigerheart. Tigerstar was a cat motivated by ambition. He felt as though he was the best cat in the clans, so he deserved to lead a clan, and from there, he would be able to make it the strongest in the forest. Though he felt compassion for his kin, he felt no love for anyone else and instead viewed them as pawns to be used in order for him to achieve his goals, no matter what the cost was. Let's go over the history of Tigerheart, the second cat in this video and the one who might be turning into Tigerclaw, who just so happens to be his grandson. Tigerheart was born Tiger Kit in ShadowClan. He had two litter mates, Flame Kit and Dawn Kit. His mother was Tawny Pelt, daughter of the first Tigerstar. Now, one would wonder why she would name her kit after one of the worst murderers in recent history. It was not because she loved her father, though she did seek comfort in him. It was because she knew that cats would compare her kit to him anyways, and she wanted them to understand that he already knew it, so save your insults. She also didn't want him to feel ashamed of something that he couldn't control, like she was. Early into his apprenticeship, ShadowClan practically disbanded. Blackfoot was convinced by Soul to stop following StarClan and renounce the typical ways of the clan. Tawny Pelt, knowing the value of StarClan and stability, took Tigerpaw and his siblings to ThunderClan, where her brother Brambleclaw was deputy. Tigerpaw and his siblings were glad for a place in the clan and were even assigned temporary mentors. They caused a bit of trouble in the clan, however Tigerpaw apologized for it. If Tigerclaw caused problems in another clan, he would have never apologized to them, unless he had a plan in mind. Tigerpaw and his siblings made plans with their cousins, Jaypaw, Lionblaze, and Hollyleaf, to get Blackstar to start believing in StarClan again. Their plan went well, and they rejoined ShadowClan. Between Long Shadows and the Fourth Apprentice, Tigerpaw became a Tigerheart, and was recruited into the Dark Forest. His motive was probably the same as most of the other recruits. He wanted to be strong for his clan. Tigerheart was chosen to be one of the 6 cats sent to seek and destroy a beaver den. Tigerheart was incredibly friendly with the cats from other clans. Tigerclaw was never friendly with other clan cats, besides from when he thought he could get something from them, like Leopardstar and Broken Tail. Tigerheart started stalking ThunderClan territory at night, and when confronted by Jayfeather, he almost attacked him. While this was definitely an action similar one that Tigerclaw might commit and seems very dark in nature, the motivations aren't dark at all. Tigerheart only wanted to see Dovepaw. Tigerheart began to meet Dovepaw at night. At the same time, he trained with her sister, Ivypaw, in the Dark Forest, and became close with her as well. The two even became default training partners. Dovepaw at one time trusted Tigerheart with the location of ThunderClan's herb patches. However, he did not keep it a secret and instead raided it with a patrol of his clanmates. While this was a manipulative thing to do, he just wanted to help his clan, not further himself or his image. Tigerheart's brother Flametail was playing cat ice hockey when he fell through the ice. Jayfeather dove in after him, however he was not able to save his cousin. Dompelt blamed Jayfeather for the incident and began a petition for him to be removed from being a healer. Flametail's spear arrived in the Dark Forest instead of StarClan. Tigerstar instructed Ivypool to kill Flametail, however Tigerheart saved his brother. This shows bravery and devotion to others, as Ivypool could have been instructed to attack him again for his defiance. Tigerstar let Flametail leave and go to StarClan after that. Though Tigerheart stood up for his siblings, he was not blind to their faults. When Dompelt began spiraling in her grief with insane theories about Jayfeather, he warned Doveling to look out for her in case she did anything rash, but he still supported his sister in public. In the final battle between the Dark Forest and StarClan, he revealed that he was a spy all along. While he may not have been in Switch's side to the winning one, I find it very unlikely considering his character and how he saw the Dark Forest treat his brother. Moons later, ShadowClan had a crisis after Darktail took over. ShadowClan lost cats until they eventually had to move in with ThunderClan. He became closer to Doveling than ever, and the two rekindled their lost relationship. After Darktail was defeated, ShadowClan moved back into their own camp. The clan was still struggling to get back onto their own feet, and still weak, they decided to give part of their territory to the much larger SkyClan to use. Tigerclaw would have never agreed to do something so selfless. Tigerheart began getting omens of a sun in shadows. He believed that meant that he should leave the clans and chase after Doveling, who had just left. This is a move polar opposite to Tigerclaw. When Tigerclaw was confronted with a dying clan, he got to work and didn't chase after she-cats. Wait a second, he did chase after Sasha, but he didn't go over 100 miles to seek her out like Tigerheart. Tigerheart and Doveling arrived in the Two-Leg Place, and they helped the cats that they stayed with the Guardians. Tigerclaw often used rogues in his schemes, but he never truly cared for them in the way that Tigerheart did, and they were the last resort to clan-born cats. Tigerheart eventually returned to the clans, dying along the way, but his corpse was thrown into the moon pool, and so he was revived as Tigerstar II. The cats of the clans had a collective "so this is happening" moment. He then got to work rebuilding ShadowClan. His first deputy, Juniperclaw, committed an unforgivable crime when he poisoned SkyClan's fresh kill pile. Tigerclaw would have been the one planning it and encouraging it, but Tigerstar was horrified and uninvolved in the scheme. But the trouble wasn't over there for ShadowClan. Tigerheart's son Shadowpaw began getting visions of codebreakers. Tigerheart trusted Shadowpaw's visions. Tigerclaw, on the other paw, would have used the visions to his advantage and lied about which cats were codebreakers. Tigerheart was also among the first to stop believing in the visions, even though he had the most to lose, as Shadowsight was his son. He also had the most to gain from stopping believing in them, as he was involved in a half-clan relationship with Doveling. Then the rest of the events of a broken code occurred, and now we get into a starless clan. After the death of Misty Star and her entire line of succession, RiverClan was left in crisis. When Tigerheart's newest son, Rowan Kit, fell sick, RiverClan refused to lend him herbs. Perhaps that contributed to his decision to take over RiverClan, citing that it was for his own good. Tigerclaw also took over RiverClan, though it was in compliance with their leader Leopardstar, and she invited him in. Tigerheart was not as controlling as Tigerclaw was towards RiverClan, even though he'd taken over it without their leader's permission. Even though RiverClan did not have an official leader, he still allowed them to appoint one and even allowed them some autonomy. Tigerheart also eventually withdrew from RiverClan after seeing that they were stable enough. Tigerclaw would have never done that if not for his death. After Frostpaw was kicked out of RiverClan and refused from ThunderClan, Tigerheart offered to take her in. This showed how much he liked to stick up for the little guy, even when it could cause problems between him and the other clans. It also brings us up to the present day. That was a lot of information, so I made this graph on the similarities and differences between the two cats. Is the cat named Tiger? Yes for both. Do they have amber eyes? Yes for both. Brown tabby? You guessed it, yes for both. Did they have a forbidden romance? Yes. Tigerclaw had one with Sasha and Tigerheart had one with Dovewing. Dark Forest involvement. Tigerclaw did have some Dark Forest involvement from Mapleshade. However, that could be a bit iffy because it felt a bit retconned and forced. Tigerheart trained in the Dark Forest, so there was definitely involvement in his life. Took over RiverClan? Yes, Tigerclaw took over RiverClan alongside Leopardstar, when Tigerheart took over it because he felt like it would be the best for the clan. Loved his sons, Tigerclaw took every opportunity to recruit his sons to the Dark Forest, and Tigerheart did everything to prevent Rowan Kit from dying due to green cough, and also fought for his son, Shadowsights. Kill count? Tigerclaw had 6 total and 3 via proxy, which is to say by the dogs or Blackfoot, and Tigerheart had none. That's a lot of similarities between the two cats, though there is minute differences between them, like who they were involved with the forbidden romance and how the Dark Forest played into their lives. There's still a lot of similarities. So with so many things the same between the two, is Tigerheart turning into his grandfather? Will he start making piles of bones and killing half-clan cats for no reason? First of all, the first one is unlikely, and the second one doubly so because he's half-clan Kits, and the mate from ThunderClan. Then again, Tigerstar had kids with a rogue and recruited a rogue to fight his battles despite hating them, showing that he was very hypocritical. But I digress, I don't think Tigerheart is turning into Tigerclaw for one simple reason: motivations. Tigerclaw was a bitter cat, motivated in part by his own insecurities over outsiders, and his own ambitions to be what he desired to see in his father. His insecurities over outsiders caused him to drive them out, such as Firepaw and the scapegoating of the half-clan cats. His ambition to see what he desired to see in his father, a strong leader, can be seen in him becoming leader and doing everything to appear strong. Tigerheart, on the other paw, has always followed his heart, as his name suggests. He decided to follow Dovewing even when ShadowClan was on the brink of collapse, because he knew it was right in his heart. He invaded RiverClan in part of vengeance for them allowing his son, Rowan Kid, to die. Tigerheart also is none of the xenophobia that Tigerclaw has. He aided the Guardians in defending their territory, despite them being outsiders, and even recruited a few of them to join his plan. He had no qualms with working from cats from other clans from the start, as he was a part of the Beaver Den destroying mission. He also exiled Berryheart and her followers from ShadowClan because they were being incredibly xenophobic and hateful. He also lacks the belief that he is destined for something great that Tigerclaw had. Despite all of his schemes failing, Tigerclaw was very self-confident, and always thought that he would become leader no matter what, and then eventually leader of the forest. Tigerheart, on the other paw, has had a lot of doubts, like following the imposter, and following his heart to chase after Dovewing. While I do not agree with Tawny Pelt naming her kit after a mass murderer, even if he was her father, I do not think it was a prophecy. Tigerstar is nothing like his namesake, Tigerstar. Though his dad jokes are unforgivable, I doubt that his actions will become severe enough that he will deserve a fate like his grandfather's. But that was just my opinion on Tigerheart. What's yours? Do you think he's turning into Tigerclaw? Comment down below. If you liked this video, feel free to subscribe. I make Wings of Fire and Warrior Cats videos pretty often, and your support would mean a lot to me. And to those who have already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. I wouldn't have gotten here without y'all. Peace, Rogan out.